JJ, I think for a while before Austin got hurt, he was leading the league in charges and up to a certain point. Obviously, he has the big one in the fourth. What did you see on that play, and kind of what does that tell you about Austin on a night he was that efficient on offense?
Yeah, I thought the charge was the play of the game, and frankly, the second charge would have been the play of the game had they made the right call, which they didn't. And they make a three, but that was a huge play given the circumstances. He was fantastic tonight. Other than the two turnovers there and the third in traffic, he played a super efficient night. Look, Luka was fantastic, and I'm sure you'll have questions about him. I thought Smart and DA in that fourth quarter were really difference makers for us. Smart, was fantastic on defense all night, and then 7 minutes left in the fourth or whatever it was, and he hasn't taken a shot, and we come out of a timeout, he makes a three, and then he makes another one, and then he gets the and one. So he just huge from him. I guess it was a long two, but in my mind it was a three. But just huge stuff from him, leadership in the huddles, all that, and then DA was great and very engaged and just was able to execute our defensive game plan at a really high level.
JJ, you guys opened the game with like a pretty intentional play. It seemed like for Luka to either get to the basket or have the lob, and he missed a layup.
He did?
First play of the game. I think you guys made 16 of your next 18 shots after that. How close to your offensive ceiling did you feel like you guys were? Not obviously results were results, but in terms of process and the ease in which you guys were getting to what you wanted offensively early.
Yeah, the offense in that first half was good. We made some shots, but I thought the extra passes and the execution and the way we got to spacing in early offense and just sharing the basketball, and it was clutter-free, ego-free. We just played, and it was you're not going to shoot 67%, but I thought the process was really good.
We've obviously known that you guys have had the injuries throughout the season. It's kind of a rarity to have everybody on the court healthy. With the full roster, the way this game went down the stretch, is it significant at all that just many possessions going to Luka and letting him to try to make something happen? And is that kind of the pecking order when this thing is full?
Luka's going to have the ball a lot, down the stretch.
In ISO situations, and the fact that this is his first time he played in 5 games, that he was able to be that kind of full thrust.
Yeah, I mean, Dunn is a great defender. I think he was able to draw a foul. He was able to get the and one. Got a paint touch and missed a bunny. So yeah, I thought he did a good job. There was a couple plays we ran with just him as the decision maker, him as the ball handler. It's not necessarily ISO. So it wasn't. We didn't call ISO for him. That when plays break down, you got to go get it sometimes, and he's able to get it. But I mean, we've played through LeBron. The Philly game is a great example of that. All 3 guys were on the court. We played through LeBron at the end of the game. We obviously have played through AR at the end of the game. Just reading the situation, and we obviously, everybody, including his teammates, feel really comfortable with Luka having the ball.
What was just kind of the process with LeBron? Typically 41-year-olds who get downgraded at some point during the day, they don't always play.
Yeah, he fought through a lot today. I mean, the knee soreness, he probably doesn't want me to share, but he was dealing with a migraine as well pregame, and he rings the bell over and over. That's what he does.
You guys started the game with a missed layup, and then I think made 16 of your next 18 shots as a team. How easy was the offense in terms of execution? How the quality of the looks you guys were creating with everybody together?
Yeah, I think like you said, the quality of shot was high, so we have high confidence that it's going to go in, whoever's shooting it. But yeah, I just thought the ball was moving. We were moving their defense. Luka, Bron, we're doing a really good job. Making plays. I think 11 assists for both of them was major.
What did you think of?
Three of you guys out there, finally, you are actually playing as well. They have all of you guys out there.
I've been out there not playing.
Well,
Sometimes. It's fun because it's just another layer of stuff that we can do. They're two of the best players in the NBA, and they cause so much chaos for teams' defenses that you're going to play advantage basketball. You're going to get good looks. You just have to execute the right way.
This is just your 11th game, all three together. Do you feel the chemistry developing even more, like every time you guys go out there together?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the more we play alongside one another, the better we're going to get. It's like I just said, it's good to finally get out there with both of them and see what that looks like, and can't wait to continue to try to build something special.
Take us through the charge.
The one they didn't call or the one they called?
The one they called.
Marcus did a good job. He stabbed at the ball. I think Matherin kind of got off balance, and I see an opportunity to make a winning play. And I actually don't mind taking charges because I can't jump and block a shot. So my only chance is to take a charge.
Austin, what did you think of the lob to Deandre from LeBron? It seemed like that was a big energy play for the team. Just generally, what did you think of Deandre?
He was great. High energy, stuff that y'all can't hear or see. His communication on the court, on the defensive end was special tonight. And anytime we can get out and run like that, it's good for our team. So it was an electric play, and we got to reward him for all he does for us that he doesn't get credit for.
Most of the previous games that you played with Luka and LeBron, Rui was at the 4 and just kind of changes defensive matchups. What does having Marcus in there, how does that change kind of the assignments for you, and how does that make things different?
It just, once again, it gives us a different look as a team. Marcus goes out there and causes chaos for whoever he's guarding any night. He's super high energy, handsy. He gets a lot of deflections and just changes the game on that end of the floor. And then with Rui in that spot, if you flip flop him, Rui's ability to shoot the ball and get offensive rebounds, stuff like that. It just gives us different looks.
LeBron, we knew JJ told us before the game that you had the knee soreness creep up. You got here and found a way to play through it. He said you probably didn't want you wouldn't want him to tell us, but you're dealing with a migraine as well. When you have that stuff going on, how do you kind of clear the mechanism and find a way to go?
If I'm a player, I got to make something happen, be productive for our team, and do what I can do.
Can you tell us anything more about the knee and how it felt and kind of when it started to get sore?
It happened at practice yesterday during our scrimmage. Went up for a dunk. Came down pretty good, but a couple minutes into the scrimmage after that, it started getting a little soreness, started getting a little tight, and that's what happened.
Just for tonight's game, what did you think the ultimate difference was in the game?
We got a couple more stops. They played some good offensive gameplay by individuals, by teams. Both teams shot really well, but was able to get a couple stops. Obviously Luka and AR was phenomenal offensively, and we needed to get that win.
Caitlin Clark, there was a clip that went around of you saying how when you were healing from sciatica, you gave up cookies and wine. I don't know if you saw, but Caitlin Clark commented on the post.
I saw that.
Yeah, and she was like, I could never, I would retire.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about your discipline and where it comes from or when it started?
When it started, I don't know, but it's been there for quite a while, and she's disciplined as well. And I guarantee if she had to give up something in order to get her back on the floor, she'd do it as well. But it's just part of my makeup to know that I can block out things and lock in on and that was one of the moments, just being able to take things out that I love. I'm not going to say that it's the reason why I came back or whatever the case may be, but just being able to be disciplined like that and try to get my body in the best possible shape, give my body the best possible chance to recover when I was going on, when I wasn't playing, things of that nature. So when I was trying to come back, I would say it helped.
There's only 11th game that you, Luka, and Austin have played together this year. And just how do the reps help? Just even get another game together. How does that help where you guys want to get to between now and April?
I mean, every game, every second, every minute that we're on the floor together, it helps. Like I said, what was that, All-Star weekend? We don't know what we're going to be until we get fully healthy, and tonight was one of the first games where JJ and the coach staff could look down and know everybody was available. So, we just got to keep pushing. We got to keep pushing. We got a tough team coming in on Sunday, obviously. A lifetime NBA rivalry. So we got to be ready for them. They're playing great basketball, too.
41 points in the first quarter as a team. Did you feel that kind of offensive flow clicking early like that?
When we share the ball, when we're moving the ball, we have 25-plus assists in a game. We're a pretty good team. We want to try to aim for that. We want everybody to feel involved. I thought Smart, stayed ready. I thought he was true professional. Didn't shoot the ball at all pretty much throughout the first three quarters, and then in the fourth quarter hit big-time shots for us. Offensively, we just want to, we try to have low turnover games, which we got to continue to be better at that, not turning the ball over and giving teams pick sixes. But then just, everybody feeling involved, getting that ball moving. So, obviously it starts with Luka, myself, and AR. We are the primary ball handlers and getting everybody involved and not turning the ball over as much. So, but it was a good offensive display for us.
The alley-oop to Deandre. Stu Lance said in the broadcast that's kind of that's a Showtime type of play. Yeah. Where when you're running up and you're looking back, can you just take us through the checking to see where the ball is, when you're going to receive it, when you decide to throw it, and how it all comes together?
AR was able to kick it up to me, I believe, and I'm just reading the play before it happens, and before I even received the ball, I looked and was looking over at Brooke, and I seen Brooke kind of give me a little bit of attention. So I knew as soon as I caught the ball, I wasn't even putting the ball on the ground. It was going straight in the air to DA, and he brought it home for us.
LeBron, you got to share the floor with Kawhi, and I think the public, when they talk about him, they talk about his injuries. But sharing the floor with him, being around him so long, what do you say about his resilience and just his ability to come back and be, an all-time?
Kawhi is awesome, man. He's the best. He's one of the best players ever. And I can care less about the injuries. Those things you can't control. You only can control the controllables. And the things that he's been controlling is how he comes back and how perseverance he is every single time. That guy's awesome. I swear, I have nothing but great things to say about Kawhi and the type of basketball that he's been playing over the last couple months. I mean, he is who he is for a reason. So I'm not surprised by it. I was, on another note, I was disappointed and on a 2024 Olympic team when he wasn't able to go with us. I was looking forward to teaming up with Y too as well. I was a little disappointed about that when he had to deal with that with another injury. Looking forward to spending some time with him, but listen, he's great. I mean, he had 31 points in 12 minutes the other night. And that was he's awesome. I could speak about him all night, obviously.
Storyline for this team throughout the year, and you missed some games prior to the break with some knee soreness. How were you able to kind of work on that? And obviously, the way you were catching that loud, it looks like you have that athleticism backing it.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. I took down and just got stronger, and just put maintenance into the knee. Trying my best to get as much treatment as I can. Just kept stacking treatment on the games I missed, and All-Star really just looked out for me with the days I can stack and come back strong and have some fresh legs.
JJ said he thought the play of the game may have been the charge that Reaves drew.
Most definitely. Yeah, that turned us up a little because there was a lot of back and forth. It was mucky a little bit in the fourth. It felt like a playoff game, to be honest. Calls was being being called out there, whether it was this, whether it was that. But the game was slowed down for sure. And that play right there, changed the whole momentum. And, that's just got everybody fired up and even more locked in down the stretch.
As a big, do you appreciate when guards are willing to come inside and kind of sacrifice?
Oh, yes. I love the low man because they depend on us to be the low man. And, our guys down here is tough, too. So, they take a couple of blows for us. AR had two of them, but they didn't call the second one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last two.
Yep.
Thank you. Hey, Luka, first of all, just how did you feel with the body, the hamstring and everything, playing big minutes your first game back out of the break?
It wasn't bad. I was a little tired after the game, but I felt good.
JJ said he thought the play of the game was Austin taking the charge. Are you willing to give him credit for that play? What did you see there?
No, yeah, for sure. He was amazing. It's his first game without minutes restriction since his injury, and he did amazing things out there.
What about the matchup with Chris Dunn seemed to get you, I don't know the right word for it, extra oomph, extra intense, extra into it?
Obviously we had history before, so, just it gets another spark in the game. So I think maybe because of that.
Luka, you guys open the game and you execute a play where you're either going to get a lob to Deandre or get a layup. The layup rims out. I think you guys make 16 of your next 18 shots. The rest of that first quarter shoot like 84% or something like that. How good was the offense in terms of not just the results, but the process in the first quarter? And is that the kind of stuff, obviously not going to shoot 85%, but is that the kind of stuff that this group can create with the talent it has?
Yeah, definitely. I think in the first quarter, we're playing good defense, and then we got out. We play with a lot of pace, create some different looks, and I think that's how we should play.
Hey, Luka, so tonight's starting lineup, that's the first time that y'all used that lineup to start a game all season. How do you feel like it went tonight, and what do you want to see improve over the rest of the season?
I think it went good. Obviously, we got the win. I think we started, the first quarter was great, and the second they came back a little bit. But I think it's a very good lineup for us.
This was just your 11th game with you, LeBron, and Austin. How do you feel that chemistry is growing?
I think it's good. I get this question every day, so I always answer the same. Obviously we haven't played a lot together, but chemistry is going to grow and grow.
Luka, Marcus doesn't get scoring until the fourth quarter, but what does he add to this team leadership-wise, intensity-wise on defense that allows him to make the impact even when he's not scoring?
Obviously in defensive end, he's one of the best to ever do that. But then in the fourth quarter, he hit 3 very, very big shots for us. To stay in the game, locked in without a shot, we appreciate him for that.
Luka, ese primer cuarto fue espectacular, dominante. ¿Ese es el camino que define la identidad del equipo? ¿Y qué cambió en ese último cuarto para que el juego fuera tan cerrado?
Sí, creo que ha sido muy buen el primer cuarto y al final en el cuarto hay que ganar el partido. Íbamos empatados o 2 puntos abajo y es el momento de ganar el partido.
Luka, when somebody talks trash to you or chirps or barks at you, how do you stay focused and just casually drop 38 on them?
I always talk back, That's just trying to score, pass, win the game.
Luka, how important was it to get this win and kind of start off this kind of final stretch off right?
Oh, very important. Obviously, we want to go game by game, but it was important to start like this.
Hey, Luka. This is your first game playing with Luke Kennard. What did you see playing next to him, and how does a shooter like him open stuff up for you and the team?
I mean, it definitely opened stuff for me a lot. I think he hit 1-3 only. So we obviously gonna work on that chemistry. But I feel like I have a lot of space when he's on the court.